don't everybody get quiet now.
I know.
That's the
Now.
moment. Recording in progress. I'm being watched.
Oh my God.
Always. That's what happens.
You can kick that fixture. That's mine. I don't know why that. It's easier to kick it than to try and get rid of it selectively.
Um, I'm working on it, man.
Oh, looks like one of y'all's AI is in there too, so I don't feel so bad then.
It always happens.
We're getting old. We don't remember what we talk about. So we have to go back and read
Exactly.
it or send it to AI and be like, can you please summarize what we talked about?
Yes.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
We were just talking about that today. We're like, I can't, my brain, I think, is at its full capacity. I can't remember things anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Cute.
All right. Well, everybody, thank you for being here. Welcome, welcome. This is Wake Up Call by Awaken to Sleep, hosting the one and only Dr. Jeff Rodgers from Sleep Better, Georgia. You can take a bow, but
Welcome, welcome.
yeah, we
Take
don't
a
want you to
bow.
have to stand up on a
Yeah.
Zoom call.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
It's not a great thing, yeah.
No. Yeah. Hey, everybody that's joining, we've got the chat opened up. You guys are welcome to post any comments in the chat. I would ask this. If you have questions, we are here to answer your questions, not the other way around. I don't know how you would do that because you can't come on audio. Anyway, sorry. Put your questions in the Q&A. That's what I was trying to say. It's not even late Pacific time. It's only 5 o'clock here. Questions in the Q&A, comments in the chat. If we're asking you all questions, we'd love to hear your responses in the chat. Pretty please. If you want to make sure that works, tell us where you're tuning in from tonight. We'd love to see that. If you have burning questions, the Q&A is open. You can pop in and add those there. We certainly have prepared some questions for Dr. Rodgers tonight, but yeah, we'll answer yours. We'll make sure we get those done by the end of the night. Speaking of the end of the night, if you actually only came here for CEs, you don't like myself, Joe, or Dr. Rodgers, you just came because you're missing CE certificates, you have to stay until the end of the night. We'll put the link in the chat, et cetera, et cetera. You guys know the drill. All right, enough formality and all this hullabaloo. I want to ask you something, Doctor. Do you prefer Dr. Jeff, Dr. Rodgers, or Jeff tonight?
On these things, Jeff works just fine. Unless you're in my chair, I'm Jeff.
I don't know. He kind of looks like a pilot. Maybe we should call him like Pilot Jeff.
I like astronaut Jeff Rodgers.
Oh, I love it.
Do not ask what his call sign is, Joanna.
Yeah.
That's not going to help us.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, let's just kick it off with a question. What is the single biggest myth, in your opinion, about going sleep only that you'd like to just bust out of here today?
That's a good question. For me, I think probably the biggest myth is that in transitioning out of general practice, that you're leaving all the problems behind. And now because you don't have to hunch over a chair and, sit like this the rest of your life, that everything's just going to be good. And there's, as soon as you hang out your shingle, the buckets of money start flowing in, and that it's super easy to do. It's
So on
very
that note,
doable.
Don't do it.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. Let me pull that back a little bit. It is very, very doable. But you're changing one set of problems for some others.
Yeah.
And so I think for me, that's the biggest mistake I think I see people new to it making. Like, oh, I'm going to do sleep now, so I'm going to go order my Porsche and buy my mansion and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I think the myth is that it's just super easy to do.
Yes.
Well, Doc, it is easy. You just scan and you deliver, right?
Exactly. That's exactly it. We just throw plastic at everybody instead of where I used to throw porcelain.
That, the medical billing part and
yes.
Yeah. I'm just kidding.
Yes. I'm
I
assuming
think
we will get into the billing.
anything
Yeah.
worth it is it's hard work.
Yes.
Yeah.
But once you get a well-oiled machine, which you're going to talk to us about, and
Yep.
I mean, it's doable
It
and
is doable.
achievable.
And in my opinion, one of the best decisions I ever made.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It takes hard work. I mean, hey, if you
Yes.
want to run a nonprofit sleep clinic, all you have to do is scan and deliver. That's totally acceptable.
Yeah.
But we're trying to run a for-profit practice that pays for
Yes.
that Porsche or,
I like
whatever.
food and
Yeah.
roofs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Food and roofs.
Yeah.
Jeff, we know each other. We've known each other for a while. But I would ask you, you've done general dentistry for a while. I'm not going to tell your age on this call. You've done
I'm
sleep
58. It's okay.
only for a
Mhm.
while, and you are definitely in the top couple percent in the country of the volume that you do and how much you've been doing over the years.
Mhm.
Just give us an idea. Like, I'd love for you to just give us a little bit of your background, how you got here. Tell us who you
Uh,
are.
okay. The quick version of getting to sleep. So I finished dental school in 95. I'm 58. I couldn't care less who knows my age. That's okay. Uh, the it's a little weird to say. I even told a patient today, like, I've been doing this 31 years. It just feels weird because I feel young.
Mm.
Anyway, um, got out of school. I was an associate dentist in a practice for 4 or 5 years. I can't remember, and purchased a general dental practice to go out on my own. Um, and I purchased that practice, took over it in January 1 of 2000. By the end of 2000, I did my first sleep case. And it was my mother. Mid 2000, my mom and dad go in to get sleep tested. They both snore like freight trains. And they both, halfway through the night, this is a sleep group, so you'll understand phrasing, but it was a split night study on both of them. They were both so bad halfway through the night, the tech comes in. Mr. Rogers, Mr. Rogers is my dad. We'll call my dad Mr. Rogers and mom Mrs. Rogers. Dad, Mr. Rogers, you've got horrible sleep apnea. We got to put a CPAP on you and titrate it. Dad has the best 4 hours sleep he's had in 30 years. To this day, my dad will not come in and let me make him an appliance. When he goes camping, he carries a Honda generator with him so his CPAP will run.
Yep.
That's
He is the
awesome.
most compliant CPAP patient of all time. And if any of you ever meet him, you will see the lines on his face, no matter what time of day it is, where his straps sit. Mom, on the other hand, Mrs. Rogers, you have horrible sleep apnea. Her AHI was 127. Yeah,
Whoa.
she is my second worst. My worst is my
Oh,
brother.
how?
Uh, Rogers are a short, stocky people.
Rodgers, what's happening over
I
there?
know. So I
You
would
don't
stand
come
up,
from
but
the
you don't do
Fred
that on Zoom.
Rogers line.
No, we do not come from the Fred Rogers line. We come from a hearty farm working line of Rogers. Um, and so the tech puts the PAP on her, and literally before he walks out of the room, she's taking it off. She has a full
Mm.
blown claustrophobic anxiety panic attack. And he says, "No, no, no, Mr. Rogers, you've got to leave this thing on. We got to figure out what settings to use." And she looks at him and says, "I will die in my sleep before you put that back on my head."
Mm.
So she then goes to the physician, and I know the physician personally at this point. We work together, and the physician tells him the same thing, and she says, "I'm not putting one on." He says, "Well, we have a dentist here that can make appliances." And
Mm.
many of you know, well, the dentist that happens to work there at the time was Mayor Patel. I love Mayor dearly,
Yep.
uh, true gentleman and scholar. Um, and she says, "Oh no, if a dentist can do it, my son's a dentist." And so she calls me, and I'm like, "Mom, no, he's told you right. If they've got it, I didn't know Mayor at the time. So
Yeah.
if you got a guy that's there, you need to use him because I have no clue what I'm doing." Like a good mother, no, 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 you're going to do it. Figure it out.
Mm.
And so at that time, I had known Kent Smith for 7 or 8, 9 years. I knew Kent from an internet group in dental school. And so I messaged him and I said, "Hey, my mother wants me to do this. I know nothing." And
Yep.
he said, "I'll walk you through this case. but you have to start taking my classes. You have to start learning if you're going to do this, you have to learn to do it right. I'm not going to walk you through every case forever kind of a thing.
Yep.
And so that was the start of it. Wildly, we got her down to like a 6. It was
Amazing.
Wow.
insanity. Yeah. She ended up being one of my board cases. Anyway, so fast forward 8-ish years, maybe 9 years. I was doing 3 to 15 cases a year. And at that level, to be blunt, I was losing money. And it didn't matter what I was charging or what I was getting reimbursed. It was an interruption to fillings and crowns.
Yep.
And do I want to spend an hour taking an impression and talking about bite changes and side effects and blah, blah, blah? Or do I want to take an hour and prep 4 crowns? Yep. It's a no-brainer. But I loved doing it. It's a whole different set of problem solving. It's just a different set of skills, different mindset, the whole deal. And so 8 or 9 years in, so around 08 or 09, I decided I'm either going to do a lot of this or I have to do none of this. And I borrowed about 6 figures worth of money from the bank because I had nothing in the bank account. And we started marketing, and we took off from there. And I put down the drill probably, I don't remember, 8 years ago-ish, 9 years ago, 7 years ago, somewhere around there.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So here, we're the coaches. We get to work with people like you, Jeff, and you. I mean, I'm honored to do that. I have to we try to pull out nuggets, and we are always learning and sharing. One thing I picked up that I did not actually know about your story, I've heard this before, but not in this succinct fashion. In 2000, January 1st of 2000, for those of us old enough to remember, that was Y2K.
Y2K, we didn't know.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah.
Caution to the wind. I'm purchasing a dental practice that I will start on that day as long as the earth is around. And then in 08, 09, with our, humongous housing recession.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like,
you would think I'd learned to pick better times.
Tonight, buddy.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I will tell you the hedge on the Y2K issue, for those of us old enough to remember, is the guy that I purchased the practice from was still using a pegboard and an IBM Selectrix. So there was no issue that anything was going to happen with a computer in the office because there was not a computer in the office.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. If the world crashes, we will still function in this office.
Yeah, this guy was okay. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. So you already shared about you actually answered like 3 questions in one. The timing. No, it's good.
So we're done, everybody.
No, we got more where that came from.
You got your CEs in 10 minutes.
Yeah. The revenue, the way we had phrased the question, is there a specific amount of revenue you have to have in the bank, a specific case volume that you have to be doing in order to really make this jump to sleep only? So we kind of glazed over that in borrowed money, marketed for this, but could you give us an idea of like what your recommendation would be in that to people that are listening?
That's a good question. And that's one of the most common things. Like, when did you know you were safe to do this, right? Like, when were you not putting something in jeopardy? The answer is, for me and from my seat in the stands, there's never a time when you're not risking something. And my attitude at this stage of my life, and this will shock any of you that have known me for very long, you got to get comfortable with risk.
Yep.
And so for my transition, I hung on to general dentistry much longer than I should have. By the time the last 3 years that I had general dental patients that I was seeing, the staff was not allowed to book more than 1 dental patient per day.
Wow.
And that was a stupid way to do it. Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah. Do not do that, because what I did was I took a very valuable asset that I had and rode it into the ground. And so when I will give numbers. I was never one of these giant general dental practices. I was doing my best year. We did close to $1 million in top line revenue. So it wasn't like but I was fee for service, no insurance, anything like that. And I literally, when I started making the staff, you cannot schedule more than this. If somebody schedules more than this, somebody better come to me and explain what happened. Um, when I sold it, I think with full-time hygiene, it was around 400 a year. And look how much money I lost it just from hanging on because of fear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the fear was, well, if I get rid of this, it's my bread and butter. The reality was at 400, every dentist on this list knows I'm not making that was an expense, not an income.
Yep.
And so my mistake was hanging on to it for too long.
Mm-hmm.
And so the question of, how do you know you're there? The only way I answer that to folks who are really concerned with that, which is a normal concern, you're human and it's perfectly normal, is if I lost all the dental, am I doing enough here that I can at least, keep my car, keep my house, and keep eating?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I have a question.
Sure.
You said you took out a loan, 6 figures, to go get it started.
No, that
If,
was just for marketing,
just okay.
just for advertising.
So if a dentist is like, I want to do this, I want to get rid of I want to start sleep only. I have 0 patients. I don't have anything yet. Do you, if you were to tell them, have this much dollar amount to float you for this long, what would that be?
So that's like it's a good question, but it's different for everybody, right? I mean, what's your personal overhead every year?
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing you got to look at. What does it to live the way I'm living? How much cash do I have to have every year?
Yep.
Yeah.
And once you have that number, then you can look at, okay, well, I maybe don't have to eat out, 4 nights a week. I'm 58 and usually live alone. My wife and I don't live together, as some of you know. And so maybe I don't
She
need to
still
eat out
loves
four
him,
nights a year.
for
Yeah,
everybody
I,
that
I think
doesn't
that's
know.
why she still loves me. So we don't live together. Um, and so then you can make that decision. Like, do I need a year's worth to live? Do I need, but if you have patient zero, I mean, if you have 0 patients, that's a big risky leap. And I know people who have done that and have killed it. And I know people who have done that and have not. If you're the kind of person that is, I'm a go-getter, I'm going to get up at 5:30 in the morning and think about dental sleep medicine, and I'm going to go to bed at 9:30 at night thinking about dental sleep medicine. You could probably do that. If you're, I like going to the office at 8 and I punch out at 5 and things are comfortable. I don't want to go to dinner with a physician. I don't want to go meet a physician. Don't go that route. Don't just sell your dental with 0 patients. So that's a great question, but it's a different answer for everybody who's answering it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah. Well said. I mean, what we more frequently see when there's 0 patients is how I'm so busy. How do I actually do this?
Yes.
It's either sell the farm or
Yeah.
I can't do anything more than what I'm doing now. So how do I shift?
Yeah.
And really you're answering 2 numbers typically. It's
Mm-hmm.
the dollar amount number that you just mentioned, and it's how do we buy back time? And that's usually a harder question. You
Yeah.
can pull your monthly overhead numbers, but how do I actually calculate what would it take for you to produce in 3 days what you currently produce in 4?
Right.
Oh, that's not possible, because if it was, then I would already be doing that. I can't even tell you how many times I've heard that. And that's a real answer. I mean, we all have
Right.
that answer to some extent. That's the real answer.
Right.
The truth is there's other people in other practices
It's 1,000% right.
producing more than that in 2 or 3 days. So how do they do it? Are we
Right.
willing to make the sacrifice? Are we not? What do we have to do? It's all trading time or dollars.
If somebody's doing it, it's probably possible.
Yeah.
And that situation you described, I see that more often than not too. I'm super busy with my general dental practice. And my answer to that is then get an associate.
You just
Yeah.
answered somebody's question right here. They're
Yeah.
like, did you ever think
Yeah,
about getting an associate?
yeah, get an associate. Leveraging other people's time. You've only got so much time in the day.
Yeah.
And so if you're the only one that, I don't know, many years ago, I used to read the Rich Dad, Poor Dad stuff.
Mhm.
Very interesting, super easy reading. Don't buy into all of it, but one of the analogies he gives is think about what you've got is you're selling tickets. And like when I was a general dentist, I didn't have an associate. If I'm selling crowns, I'm the only dude that can do the crowns. I get one ticket, one patient.
Yeah.
If I can leverage other people, now I'm selling a lot of tickets.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, you got to think of, but the difficult question there becomes, can you let go of it?
I
And
think
if you
that's
Because
hard for
a
dentists.
lot of dentists struggle with that,
That is,
including me. I did too. I don't anymore, but dear Lord,
you're like, heck
any dentists
no.
on here are looking for a job in Atlanta. Look me up afterward. Give me a
Like,
call after this. And I'm not joking. I'm smiling, but I am not joking.
I think that's the nice thing with sleep, though, is our team can do so much
Mhm.
Yes,
that the dentist doesn't have to check every margin, do every step. The assistants and the team can do so much so that you can have that high touch, low stress, come in less frequently and really
yes,
build that practice.
exactly
Mhm.
right.
Yeah.
And if a dentist or staff is on here and just heard Joanna say that, and your immediate thought was, well, but I need to see these people, then keep your
At
general dental,
once.
do a little sleep, and enjoy everything.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
And just as I'm sorry, Jeff, go
no,
ahead.
I was done. You're good.
Just as an add-on to that, if you're in that spot and you don't want to let go of the drill and you do enjoy general dentistry, maybe you're earlier on in your career and you don't want to do this full time,
Hmm.
only this. That's not the only way. You
Exactly
can
right.
Right.
you could have a chair dedicated to sleep, or two, you
Hmm.
can have a
Yeah.
sleep assistant that you train that
Yep,
runs a productive column as though they're an associate with your direct oversight in those appointments that you can run. This is very
absolutely.
doable.
Yeah, and you will oversee it like you oversee your hygiene department.
Yep.
And the my only and I don't give a lot of absolutes, but I this is about as close as I get. Whoever you hire to be your sleep coordinator, your sleep assistant, you better never have them in a hygiene room. You better never have them in your dental room holding suction. You never better ever have them mixing cement. That is their focus. Sleep and only sleep. If you want to do a lot,
Yeah.
somebody's got to be focused, just laser focused just on that.
It's
Yep.
very hard to take a dental hat off and put a medical hat on and vice versa throughout the day. That's where mistakes happen, things get dropped.
Yep.
I 100% agree. That's
We
really how it
we
should
will
be.
not hire dental people anymore.
That says something.
Yep. They have to unlearn too much.
Yep.
So you only hire medical or any experience?
It depends on the position. It could be medical or any other experience.
Yeah.
Bartenders are freaking great. Seriously, they know how to talk to people. They are
They're,
warm, they're
Yeah.
personable, and nothing flusters them.
they've
Because
probably heard it all.
because whatever's happening in your dental office, is nowhere near what happens at 2 in the morning when Joe Schmo has, 7 martinis in.
When the same patient is in a different environment with a different inebriation level.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So speaking of the team, this is a perfect transition to we want
Great.
to hit on some of the team stuff.
Mhm.
You went from general dentistry to sleep. Obviously,
Yeah,
there was a transition in the general dentistry going down, sleep going up, but then you
yeah.
sold the general practice. Before you did that, trying to get people to go from crowns and cleanings to medical billing, physician outreach, a totally different mindset.
Yeah.
How'd you get them to buy into that shift? Did you get them to buy into that shift? Let's ask that. And then if so, how?
Um, that's a, yeah, that's a good one. The
Or did you have a
essentially,
whole other team?
I ended up that way. I
Yeah.
didn't start that way, but I ended up with basically a sleep team and a dental team.
Mhm.
Um, Hygienists, and for I did not have a great experience getting hygienists to get on board. Um,
What?
yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I know,
Person
but it,
commonly not
I,
offended.
I'm sure
What?
nobody here has ever heard. You mean I have to add that procedure to the hour or the 45 minutes I have with them? I'm already doing
Doc, I'm
everything.
already late and now you're late getting my
Yes,
exam.
exactly. And I dinged for you 15 minutes ago and you took 20 minutes to come in. And yeah, so, eh, but
Fair.
I had a couple of a couple of dental assistants who really transitioned well. And their personality type was they loved learning new stuff
Mhm.
and they loved being empowered. So you talked about it a second ago, Joanne, that you it's not I don't have to be present for every single thing. They loved doing more with the patient, feeling like they were more in
Yeah.
control, the patient's leaning into them more, and that was their personality type, and they transitioned fantastically well.
Yep.
But we had a couple that were like, okay, you're never coming into sleep. You're going to be the dental assistant, and that's great. And I brought an associate in. I can't remember now, 3 or 4 years before I sold the dental practice to them, and a couple of assistants, if I recall, at least one. I think it was two, but maybe one went with them. They just liked doing dentistry,
Mhm.
and I loved that assistant. I mean, personality wise, we clicked. She was lovely. She was smart. She was very good at her job, and I hated seeing her go. But this is life, and it's a little dramatic to say it's like watching a kid go off to college, but it's
Mhm.
also like, I like her and I want her to live her best life and enjoy going to work. And sticking with me was not going to be good for her.
Yep.
She didn't enjoy the sleep side.
Mhm.
And so, but eventually I ended with just sleep. And now that one of the assistants that transitioned from dental is still with me. She's been with me 23, 24 years. Um, and she laughs at dental meetings when she got, one of her great points of pride is, well, there was a dentist sitting next to me that didn't know anything about the AHI and the RDI. And I said, well, you need to get a 4% read on that test. And, you know, she, she loves, the fact that, well, this guy's got a big diploma hanging on the wall and I knew more than
Sure.
she loves that. But,
Yeah.
but it's fun.
Okay. So
Does that answer that question?
yeah, very
Okay.
well. So going from the transition team who made it, who didn't. Now let's
Mhm.
talk. You've been in dental sleep medicine for many years. You've
Yeah.
got a honed in team. You've got multiple locations.
Yeah.
Give us an idea, just pick the main location that you started with.
Mhm.
What's the org chart look like? What in a DSM only practice? What are the roles that you have that are
So
required to run?
of course, I'm at the head because the owner, founder, CEO kind of. I don't call myself a CEO, but that's kind of the role I have business wise.
The boss.
And then I've got a director of operations, and she has been with me since 2000. She has
Wow.
grown with me, and she is a monster. She is very good, very driven, and what
A
she doesn't
monster in a
know, she wants
positive
to learn.
way.
A monster in the best way, absolutely. Um, and she has to be because when I'm seeing a patient, I'm not CEO Jeff, I'm Dr. Jeff, and at that moment, I'm her employee.
Yep.
And she has no qualms coming to me and saying, hey, somebody just walked in and they have a question about this, and I put them in room 3. You need to go see them. And she doesn't say, would you mind going and seeing them? I'm employee Jeff at that point. So we've got CEO, and I would call her president, director of operations. Um, and then under her, I've got a lead assistant. We have enough assistants now where I need a lead assistant. So when anybody has a question, trouble, whatever, they go to her before they go up to Kathy, my president CEO. We have a sales department, um, very small sales department, but we're going to grow it. And yes, exactly. Um, Kathy, right now, my president CEO, or president, director of operations. She is over the administrative staff right now. We're going to have to change that. She doesn't need to be directly overseeing that. And then we've got kind of a revenue cycle management team. That's the insurance department. And right now, my president is in charge of that. We are currently looking for somebody to be in charge of that. We've got some good team members on that team, but we really need somebody who is full-time dedicated to just overseeing that. And that by far is one of the most complicated parts of the whole dental sleep practice. Insurance just sucks.
You said it, not me.
Yeah, and that's the kindest way. Out of respect for all here, if you want to hear what I really think, I'll stay afterwards and when the recording's off, but you can't be sensitive to expletives. And I think that's
maybe we'll turn the recording off for that one.
you know my org chart. I'm not missing a department, am I?
No, you Kathy, as the director of ops.
Yeah.
You got Lauren in sales. We've got the clinical team, all the sleep assistants, and then the administrative team and the revenue cycle management.
Yeah, if you haven't read the book Rocket Fuel, I'm sure Michael's read it. I'm guessing. You've read it, right?
I've read the summary.
Oh, so
I'm not gonna lie.
It's a short read. It's an hour and a half read. It's not a long book. But in there they talk, and one of the things that's important is every business has this org structure, but it's variable. Kind of, they're visionary, which is the CEO, the integrator, the president. And then you've got to have a sales team that drives business. You got to have an operations team that makes the business. If it's whatever that widget is, in our case, it's appliances and treating dental sleep apnea. And then you've got to have a finance, revenue team. And that's it. It's sales, clinical stuff, and then people who get the money in the business to keep the business profitable.
Yeah. So we kind of laugh and joke about the medical billing, right? Because that is by far the hardest part of this whole
because
thing.
I don't want to cry. Yeah. Yes.
What system or process did you kind of come up with that really helped you bring in the cash flow? Really helped more predictability that you were like, do you stay in network? Do you stay out of network? Do you increase fees, decrease fees? Like, what was kind of that goal? Like, hey, this is what's working. This is how it's working. And I know more consistent results.
So I break that question down. I love the question, but I break it down into stages of my development. If you're doing 3 to 15 a year, if you're doing less than 50 a year, my recommendation, and I will name some brand names, is Dental Writer. Dental Writer is fantastic software. It is, none of them are super intuitive, so it's not that intuitive. But when you're using it on a daily basis, it's super easy to use. That it doesn't need to be intuitive. It is just click, click, click. It will create great documentation for you. It is fantastic at letters to physicians. And if you're at that level of volume, you 100%, if you have not done a lot of this, you 100% need to be using a billing company. Because if not, you are going to file something without proper documentation. You are going to get paid for it, and then you are going to give all of that money back. And I promise you that's going to happen. If you are uncomfortable being audited, do not use medical insurance, because it's not a question of if, it's a question of when.
And it is nothing like dental.
No. If you remember in your dental chart notes, it's today we took a pan, everything within normal limits. That was my chart notes for a pan.
Yeah.
In medical, well, you didn't tell me why you took the pan. We're not paying for it.
Yeah.
Well, we take a pan every 3 years. Don't care. You didn't say that.
Yep.
Give me my money back.
Yeah. And so now that's just the most benign example. There will be times where you're going to operate and do everything in good faith and you're going to file everything properly. And they're still going to call and say, hey, you did everything properly, but we paid you $2,800 and we meant to pay you $2,200. So every one of the cases that you did, please send us $600 back. Oh, you don't want to send us $600 back? That's okay. We'll just withhold it from future payments. You don't have to worry about paying it back. Thank you.
Yeah.
And you've got to decide, am I going to lawyer up and fight this? And you can fight them to a degree. But when you lawyer up, do you want to spend 30 grand fighting Blue Cross over a $8,000 recoup?
Yeah.
Because you're not getting your legal fees back.
Yeah.
So early, I'm digressing. Sorry. Early on, it's.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
I know Joe's having a monsoon right now in Arizona, but
Yeah. What do you mean?
we
Look at
are
our
running a
background.
profitable DSM only business within this
Yeah.
space. So
So I would say
balance that.
really at that 50 to 100 volume case per year, Dental Writer is absolutely amazing. And use a billing company. When you get a little larger, when you get kind of to the 10 to 15 a month level, at that point, if you've been using a billing company, you've kind of gotten used to, okay, this is because they're going to, the benefit of the billing company is they're going to call you and say, you're missing this. Send this to me so I can file the claim. Because they filed a million of them. They know it's missing.
Babysit
Yes.
it and
They will
help
hold your
check your
hand through
boxes.
everything.
Absolutely.
Yep. And every one of them that I'm aware of will give you a checklist. When you have all of these, then send it to us.
Yeah.
And so at that point, when you're doing 10 to 15, maybe 20 a month, if you're wanting to, if you find, hey, I'm spending 100 grand with a billing company, I could have a biller in house. Maybe that's the time to make that transition. That becomes a comfort level value based thing, because it's still nice to have a third party reviewing your notes and your claims and saying, yes, the codes you're filing for, your documentation supports that.
Yeah.
And at that point, too, you're probably going to start looking at true EMR software. At that volume, you can't use your Dentrix and EagleSoft, or I have no idea what current software is in dentistry. I haven't seen dental software in forever.
Still EagleSoft, still Dentrix.
Yeah, well, I kind of figured, but you're not. That's not going to work well for you in this situation.
Yeah.
And so you're probably going to look at true EMR. There's a lot of robust systems out there, ranging from relatively minorly expensive to, dear Lord, insanely expensive.
Yep.
And in many of those cases, you are getting what you're paying for. I haven't talked to you yet, Mike. We're switching.
Oh gosh.
Yep.
Yeah.
I figured.
Yeah.
I mean, just to put it in context for the audience, I do know that marketplace, and I'll just give you a rough number. You're talking roughly $400 a month for Nearman, plus a couple of add-ons.
Yeah.
You're talking 3 to 4 times that for Advanced MD a month, up to Epic Management, that you might have a big medical group where you have your patient portal. They don't take clients less than $500,000 a year. So that's the scale of EMRs when you're on the medical side.
Yeah.
Most of that will not apply, even in a DSM only large multi-location practice. But yeah, I mean, I would also just add to that. I think gleaning the nuggets from what you said. One, we have to have an audit-proof system. This is medical insurance is going to pay better than dental, higher than dental, in a completely different way than dental ever does or would.
Yeah.
And with that comes the risk of we might have to deal with an audit. When that happens, are records dialed in? Are we audit proof in our process and our team checking and balancing? Yeah. That's the main system that we're talking about having in order to make sure whether we work with a company or we work with our own biller, we really need an audit proof process with documentation, because that's what proves we deserve the payment from medical.
Yes.
Cool.
And sometimes it's even little things that we don't know in dentistry. Like I got dinged one time because my charts weren't signed. So my staff write charts. I approve them, but they write them.
Yep. And
so my sleep assistant is signing chart. And when in a medical system, in a true EMR, when you sign a chart, it locks the chart. It cannot be altered.
Yep.
And one of the insurance
contract
company calls.
for that visit.
Yeah, one of the insurance companies calls me and says, "Who is this person?" Well, they're my assistant. They don't have an NPI. They can't sign your chart, dummy. I call I call my medical friend and I said, "Hey, what's the deal with this?" He said, "Yeah, like that's
Yeah.
MD school 101. Like you have to sign your chart, you moron."
You go
Taught
to
you
Um,
that in
probably
dental school too, didn't
yeah.
there?
Well, and
twice
the
in
first
one
thing he
day.
says is, "You mean you guys don't have to sign your charts?" No.
Nope. No one looks at
Be-
them.
Yeah.
Because you only get paid to do in dentistry, there's one set of codes, and physicians
Right.
inherently get paid to think. That's
Yes.
why matters in your chart notes.
That's a great way to put that. I've never heard that, but yeah. And just to add to the software thing,
Yeah.
Michael's being very conservative. Um, we're moving to Athena.
Mhm.
Their first proposal to me was 10% of your collections.
Yeah. Yep.
And so, you know the volume that some folks are doing. You
Yep.
know the volume I'm doing.
Hmm.
I was going to go from, I'm paying 35, 40 grand a year ish for advanced MD right now.
Yep.
And their first proposal more than 10 times to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I,
So
Um,
the answer to that proposal is no.
yes, it was.
Yes.
And they negotiate down. Everything's a negotiation. Life's a
yeah.
Mhm.
negotiation.
Yep.
But we're switching to them because you're going to want something that's, if you're going to do a lot, where is each person in treatment? I need a report on
Mm.
who's had their impressions but didn't move forward.
Yep.
Who got an appliance but hasn't been in 3 months? Who got,
Yep.
Follow up. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah.
there is a question in our chat is switching EHR systems, I'm
Mm.
sure is a complete nightmare. I've never done it.
It
Uh,
is.
why wouldn't you, I guess financially, yes, if you're just starting low, 400 is a lot better than a $1,200 a month.
Mhm.
But making that transition, like you have a big, huge practice, multiple locations. Do they do that transition? Like, is it easy? Like, what is that? Like,
Um,
holy heck.
yeah, it's a giant pain in the rear.
Yes.
Um,
I'm
Michael's
so
laughing. He
impressed
knows
with
what
your
I want to say.
filter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I I have developed a potty mouth late in life. But yeah, it is a ginormous hassle. But it's an ROI thing.
Yes.
You at this stage, I have a CFO and I've got some controllers. And okay, run the cost benefit on this for me. I'm about to 10x. I got them down. I'm about to 6x my uh,
Mhm.
software cost. How many more appliances do I need to do? Give me the what do I need to do? What does the software need to do for me to make that worth it?
Yeah.
And to be blunt on this one, it was if you do 2 more cases a month, it's covered. The difference
Yep.
is covered.
Yep.
Maybe it was 3. Um, and just with the reporting alone, this is where we talked, if you don't want to take the risk, you're in the wrong field. This is where I'm taking the risk that because of the reporting, because of the flow, because of what this system will do versus the one I'm in,
Yeah.
I think that few more appliances per month is
Worth
going
it.
to be the minimum. I think we're going to
Yep.
blow that out of the water.
And there's two. I want to add to this, and then we need to shift from the billing. I
Mhm.
want to make sure we get to some of the other stuff, vision and forecasting, cash stuff like that. But in making these decisions, you guys are one thing Jeff is sharing in the details of this, and I want to make sure we glean this. There's two ways to justify additional cost or financial decisions in your practice, small or big. One of them is cost justification. How much am I going to save in order to make this? So if
Yep.
you're going to increase your software costs, I know exactly what Athena does. We've worked through this with another client as well.
Yep.
You're offloading substantial staff member time that's required to pull and
Yes.
button and plug information insurance verifications. You're changing your staffing requirements and
Yep.
maximizing time that you already pay for in addition to what also you get in reporting. So cost justification is one way. The other one is opportunity. cost
Yep.
of if I can do 3 more appliances a month, this covers that cost. But if I unlock this amount of time for this amount of people on my core team who are already trained, what if I stay where I'm at? What opportunity am I losing
Yeah.
in being able to?
1,000%.
Yeah.
Two
Yeah.
completely different ways.
If I can, especially if I can free up my leadership team,
Yep.
man, that is valuable. That
Yep.
is golden right there.
Yep. Okay. So you are, we already hit the forecasting one, actually. I'm going to skip that one if that's all right. If you were standing in the spot that you were in the GP practice before you made the shift to DSM only, knowing what you know now, what's 1 or 2 things that you would do differently, like things that you've gleaned from hard-earned experience? What's something that you could tell the folks that are on here looking at making that transition?
One is, uh, I would tell myself to expect some oh crap moments, um, in that transition, um, and that they're not the end of the world. You get that patient that comes in and their teeth have, you know, we don't really get teeth shifting anymore with modern appliances, but remember, I've been doing it 25 years. I did some non-modern appliances. That first patient comes in and their mandibular anterior, Joey, you remember narvals, the strip,
Yep.
and those lower teeth would always just go,
Or the
you know,
ball clasps. You're
yeah,
like, oh, I don't know
yeah,
why
yeah,
I have an open
Yep.
contact.
yeah, exactly. You walk in a room, because I'm walking in a room thinking, oh, their teeth haven't shifted. And then I look in their mouth and go, oh, crap. How,
Yeah.
how do I tell this patient, you're sleeping great, but
Mhm.
Lord,
We move some
your teeth are
furniture
jacked
around.
up. Yeah, exactly. Um, but probably the biggest thing is that mental shift from dental to medicine.
Mm.
Um, I would tell myself to be kinder to myself. Because in medicine, they don't talk about 40 micron crown margins. And if it's 41, that crown is a failure, so you need to send it back and get a new one made. It's a lot of we improve the patient, and that's as good as we can get. And accepting that you take, if you remember, my mom went from 127 to a 6, and both of y'all went because
Mhm.
you know what that means. But
Yep.
if I send her back to the physician to get tested, and that 6 shows up, I'm still getting a letter back from the physician that says patient still has residual sleep apnea.
Or you take a 30 to a 12 and you're like,
That's
oh,
that's the more
that's
common scenario.
amazing.
Exactly.
But then
But
they're
they
like,
still have apnea.
Yep.
yeah,
And that's a tough thing for a dentist to get through because it's like,
not
well, no,
perfect.
this is a 45 micron margin. I got to get the lab's got to redo this. I took a poor impression of the lab messed up. No, good wins.
Mhm.
Don't let a great result or don't let perfection get in the way of a great result. Be
Well
kind to
said.
yourself.
Yep.
And the best marketing you can do, I wish I had told myself this back then. The best marketing you can do is send your failures back to the doctor.
Explain that
Because
one.
that doctor knows you don't have a magic bullet. So if he never sees a patient back, you're full of crap.
Mm.
So the best thing you can
Mm.
do is tell the doctor, we did our best. This patient is a non-responder. Because remember, the doctors send it, well, at least not so much anymore. When I first started out, we only got CPAP failures.
Mhm.
Nobody was coming to us first choice.
Yep.
And so, remember the doctor sending you his failure. Now,
Yep.
the difference in us and MDs is they don't call it my failure.
Yep.
Patient didn't respond.
Right.
I did everything right. The patient was a non-responder.
Unresponsive.
Right.
Yeah.
Your body
It,
gets a vote. Why
it
do
is the
dentists not agree with that?
yes,
Inherently.
it is the most beautiful way to frame that. Hey, and we do that regularly now. Hey, I'm sorry, your patients come in. I'm still snoring. My husband had one this today. Husband
Yep.
still kicking me out. I don't know why you're not responding.
Yep. Your body gets a vote.
And when you say that to a patient, they hear, man, it's just not working for me. Where in dentistry, it's Well, what'd you do wrong?
Right. Yep. Absolutely. Um, Anthea asked a question. I want to answer this one because it's pretty quick. It, if you're billing fee for service, no need to deal with the medical insurance. Can whatever dental management software suffice? Do you recommend a sleep-friendly one? I would answer this, and Joe, you can correct me if I'm wrong here. Every dental software you can bill fee for service and create custom codes that are not
Yeah.
dental.
Yeah, you can just add generic codes. We added all of our sleep codes into a sleep category into
Yep.
Dentrix, and
Yeah.
we also created templates that complement the SOAP note pathway for medicine.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So you can create it and keep it in there, and so that you actually have just your document, and you can even sign your notes in Dentrix.
But
So,
I'd
But
very
I'm
much
sure
encourage
other
the
dental
templates.
software is
yeah.
very similar. EagleSoft, I'm sure you
Yep.
can add dummy codes. We just add those
Yeah.
as real dental sleep medicine codes and create just SOAP note templates that,
Yep.
assess what we would essentially assess like in Dental Writer with the clicks. And that
Yep.
can all be done too, like check boxes, and your assistant can go through. Yes, it's manual labor, but it can be done.
Yep.
Yeah. And
And
your templates are vital because
They're
these are
easy.
long notes.
yep.
So set up the templates because you
And you just
don't
want to
want to
make sure,
rewrite
like,
it
if
every
you're
time.
ever to get sued, and I mean, I don't know if anybody's following that Lindsay Clancy case, but holy heck, that psychiatrist got reamed for her notes and she put a comma in the wrong spot. And I mean,
Mm.
she's getting her head bit off. So notes are everything.
Yep.
Just like they always say, if you didn't write it, it didn't happen. Kind of
Right.
same thing. You need very, very detailed notes. They can never be enough.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I just add what Jeff said earlier. Nearman is a fantastic software that
Yeah.
does have incredible auto notes generated when you're going through your exam, clicking buttons. It generates your medical soap note record for you. So I would
Yep.
say if you're fee for service, have your template notes like what Jeff just said and create custom codes like Joanna mentioned until you have enough revenue in that that it justifies something that's standalone, or you are trying to separate this out into its own entity.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
one point of clarity here. If you have a separate company that's established, medical insurance billing or not, you cannot share a patient database. End of story. You have to have two. If you have Dentrix, you have to have two versions of Dentrix for two different databases, two different companies. That's really,
Yeah.
really important.
Two separate licenses. Yep.
All of it. So if you're paying for a separate license anyway, you may as well get one that's more industry specific for you that will auto draft those notes
And
and
if you
stuff like
ever
that.
wanted to incorporate Medicare or be credentialed or even just be out of network, because you can still bill out of network as a courtesy, those notes are
Yep.
all very compliant with in the medical world.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would go, I would have to hear an incredibly compelling argument
Yep.
to say not at least use Dental Writer.
Yep.
Because
Well,
there's stuff in there that you're going to need to document that you just aren't thinking about as a dentist.
yep.
And if you miss something and you get sued, that $5,000 a year is not worth what you're going to lose.
Yep. And they have a quiet light version if you're a super light user with like a couple, one or two or three cases a
Yeah.
month. They have
And
a
they're very
starter.
good with support.
Yeah.
Very
I
good.
love Rose and John. You know, they will take good care of you.
Yep.
I have a question. Do you do TMD and sleep or just sleep? Have you dabbled into the TMD world?
Can you see how little my,
Just a little bit.
yeah. Um, I jokingly say this, and I say it even when he's sitting in the audience or standing around. Mayor is literally like a mile from me.
Hmm.
And I don't know a better TMD operator in the world than Mayor Patel. And I cannot say enough good about Mayor. And he knows my sleep. He knows what I do. He knows his sleep. I mean, he knows how my practice
Mhm.
runs. So uh, he is a gentleman and a scholar. I send him 100% of my TMJ patients,
Yep.
barring, I mean, the ones that need treatment, right? Not the ones that, hey, it's 2 weeks and my jaw is sore.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you'll be all right.
Yep. Yeah.
Um,
A
You'll
little
live.
Botox in there.
yeah, But true TMD, he gets 100% of it.
Yeah. Speaking
And
of TMD,
yeah.
I do
Oh,
want to do a plug here. We have our masterclass coming up. Yours truly. Actually, all three of us are lecturing, you included, sir. Um, I'm excited about this.
yeah.
But if you guys haven't heard about this on social or emails or otherwise, this is our annual Awaken to Sleep's annual Business of Dental Sleep Medicine and TMD conference. So everything is through the lane. Lots of amazing clinicians doing incredible work. The lane is how does this impact our business? How can we help more people by doing more in practice? So that's what we do. Dr. Rodgers is going to be there. He's going to be on a panel sharing more wisdom on that. We do have a TMD lecture as well, talking about remote patient treatment planning and how that actually increased his throughput substantially. It's pretty interesting. Anyway, if you want to go to that, use Dr. Rodgers' discount code. It'll get you 10% off the ticket. We'd love to see you guys there. Also, we do a free coaching call. So let me just say that because we're almost out of time. Want to get to a couple more
Oh,
questions
sorry.
here. Make sure we get our lightning round out of the way with you, Jeff.
Yep.
But if you guys are in a spot where you're kind of trying to figure this out, you're not sure that you want help figuring it out or coaching, we are coaches. We help people all the time. It's what we do for a living. We also do it for free on a short session for anybody that has questions. There's no strings attached. We'd love to help you get where you want to go. And if you're trying to go big, we can help you go big. But yeah, use either one of those QR codes. We'd love to see you guys there on a call, whatnot. Let's get into the lightning round questions real fast.
Can I give you a quick plug real quick?
Sure.
This course, the Pivot class, the Pivot Master class, it's truly stuff you'll take home and use. It is not like going to the AADSM where you're going to sit in a room, and we did a study, the N was 268 people, and the chi-squared tables went like this. It is actual stuff you are going to use and take home. And secondly, if you sign up, everybody, I don't know if Kent's doing one of these talks, but do not use the Kent Smith 250 code. Use the Jeff Rodgers 250 code because I am in competition every day with Kent on everything, and I want more in my name than his. Tell all your friends. Okay,
Love
lightning
it.
round.
All right, Jeff Rodgers 250 for the win.
Yeah.
Okay, lightning round. What is the craziest thing you've done in the last 10 years?
Marry my wife.
Love that.
Can I give a 2 sentences of that?
Sure.
I grew up religiously very right of Footloose, and the lady I married 3 years ago is a Jewish Midwesterner who was on the board of directors of the largest legal cannabis company in the world for about 10 years. And so it's just awesome. Like I went from here to like way out here. Anyway, she's awesome. Go
She
ahead.
is awesome.
What is one piece of equipment that you can't live without in dental sleep medicine?
Uh, the iTero scanner. I love my iTeros. It eliminates so many issues. Patients come back, my teeth have moved. My teeth have chipped. No, see the chips right here.
Yeah, iTero is nice. It's
Yep.
very detailed, and the
Yes.
more updates it gets, it's like, wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
And my
That's
software.
What's one dish that you could eat every day for a month?
A ribeye with a martini, a vodka martini. I could eat it every day for the rest of my life.
dirty or just plain?
No, not even vermouth, just a big cold shaking glass of vodka.
That's terrible.
Yep.
Just kidding.
And who,
Go ahead, Mike.
Oh,
I'm
you
just
know
gonna
the answer
finish
to
it
that.
up because I know we're out of time. Who has been an influential coach, mentor to you in your journey across all the years?
Without question. I firmly believe that when I die, I should leave at least half of whatever I'm leaving to Kent Smith.
Love it.
Brilliant, brilliant mentor, brilliant operator, the biggest heart in the world.
Huge.
And he is doing it better than anybody. He is just so freaking impressive, and he gives. I can't say enough good about Kent.
Yep. Love him. He's
Good
helped a ton of people.
Yes.
Cool.
You're right next. You're in that moving on up.
Yeah.
You're getting bigger. It's
Yep,
awesome.
yep.
But remember, don't use his name for the code.
Know where to use it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, good. Okay.
That's right. Awesome. Well, hey, we promised everybody you guys would have access to this, so let me pull it up. You've got your code for the CEs here. Use a QR code. It should work. The other thing, it should work. My marketing team will beat me up for saying that. It works. It'll take you to the survey. You have to actually complete the survey, people. Please answer a few questions about what you heard tonight, and you'll get your CE certificate automatically emailed to you. If you don't use the QR code, no problem. You can wait for the email that will for sure be in your inbox tomorrow morning or in your spam box. It will be in one of your boxes, I promise. Click the link, fill out the survey, the CE certificate will come to you. If you liked what we did tonight, tune in next month. We're doing a wake-up call webinar once a month. Next month in September, we have Dr. Jenna Schwibner. She's going to be talking about something totally different than Jeff tonight. Jeff is in the DSM-Only medical model. Jenna has an aspect of that in her practice, but she started focusing on holistic airway expansion, kids, and then moved into adults. So if you want to hear more about that stuff, we'd love to see you guys next month. Other than that, we never end on time.
He behaved. We didn't even have to interrupt him to stop talking.
All right. Yeah.
Really behaved. Like maybe we shouldn't have put so much buffer in there. No, in all seriousness, man, you have done incredible work. You are doing continuously incredible work in your Atlanta market, and
you're very kind. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Keep plugging.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you for your time tonight.
Thank y'all. This is fun.
Yeah, thank you. All
right.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
See you
Thank
later.
y'all.